Hello, good evening. Uh, Same as last time. If you see some stuff in my hair or you see some water dripping down my face, listen, okay? I just got the kids home from track practice. I took a shower, freshened up the hair, slapped some leave-in conditioner. We here, okay? Um, so good evening. Thank you so much for joining me. We are about to do another interview for No More Excuses. And the whole point in me doing these interviews is so that you can not meet people, but so that you can see people, maybe meet them. You might start following them and build connections and even use some of their products or services. But it is to have people who are everyday people, not that they're not special, but I mean, they're not like these super huge, influencers or people or anything like that. And our guest just joined. They're not anyone like huge, and they just had an idea. Some of them it was a God-given idea. Some of them it's just their creativeness that came out, and they decided to go for it, to try something. And I'm introducing them to you so that you could hear their story, find out what they did, and hopefully they can give you some practical tips that you can apply for yourself so you can stop having excuses. So that's what this is all about. Hopefully this is encouraging. Like I said, our guest is here, so I'm going to go ahead and invite her. Let's see if I do this correctly. Right. Did it do it? Okay. I think we got it.
Hello!
We made it. Woo.
I've never been on Instagram Live before, so I wasn't sure how to work it.
Well, I'm so glad you're doing this.
I know,
I'm turning up my volume.
this is so fun.
Oh, yay! Y'all give her some hand claps in the comments for this being her first time. Okay, so this interview is going to be a little bit different, and you're going to find out why as I talk to her. So this really should be encouraging for you if you're like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. Listen, this is going to be helpful for you. Okay, so tell us who you are, what you do, where you're from.
I love it. Okay. Hello, I'm Whitney. I'm a mom of two, and my kiddos are 3 and 4. And so actually met Brittany when my husband was stationed in Florida. And so we lived there for 2 years, and then we were stationed in Wisconsin. And so we've been here pretty much ever since. He's not military anymore, but yeah, so I guess I'm trying to think. I'm in school for digital marketing right now. So
What?
yeah. So I started school and I've been doing that a little bit. And then on the side, I've also been doing, I don't know if you want to call it influencing. I don't really like to call it that, but it kind of is. So I started that about a year ago. So
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I got questions. Okay, calm down.
okay.
Calm myself down. So one, how far are you into your digital marketing program?
I just started, so I'm in the first semester, and I'm doing summer classes, so I'll be doing that, and I'll complete. I think hopefully I'll graduate with my associates by the end of 2024, and so I plan to kind of decide if I want to do my bachelor's. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We shall, just throwing this out there, possibly once you finish, I would be interested to know, since you've already been doing content creation,
Yeah.
now you're going to be learning about what you've been doing. So I would love to hear, like, is it actually worth it? Did you learn anything different?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
just the difference in it. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you originally from? Like, where did you grow up?
So I'm from Texas.
Okay.
I lived there my whole life, and then my husband and I got married at 18, and we moved to Florida. And so we've lived in Florida, Virginia, and then Wisconsin. We also lived in Ohio for a few months, but we weren't there very long. So we moved back to Wisconsin. So
Okay.
yeah.
So how long have you been doing content creation?
I started about a year ago.
Sorry, you
And
did.
yeah, so I started a year ago, and I really just wanted to encourage moms in motherhood, and I just liked making videos a lot. So I just started making videos and started posting them. And I really didn't start gaining followers until I posted one video. It was supposed to be funny, like a Christian couple funny content. And I think it got like over 700,000 views. And some of them were really negative and some of them were really positive. But either way, like the whole video was a joke pretty much. And so I started just gaining followers that way. And then I started kind of switching my content more to like cleaning and mom content. And so that's kind of what I've stayed with so far. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
700,000.
I know. And it's crazy. TikTok is just it's oversaturated a little bit now. But it's crazy.
So that happened on TikTok and not Instagram.
That happened on TikTok. I haven't gained a whole lot of followers or whatever on Instagram. Just I don't post as much there. I'm post the most on TikTok. So
okay.
Yeah.
And so I know that you are like just getting into it, but if you can tell us like what was the idea from going from, okay, I want to encourage moms to, I'm going to do it this way. Like, because you could have done it, like in person or just connecting with people through like text message or threads or whatever. But what made you decide to come online?
Well, so I'm pretty addicted to TikTok. I love watching other moms on TikTok. And so I just felt like I wanted to be kind of a part of that mom community on TikTok. And so I don't know, I just started making them and I just really enjoyed it. And I'm pretty shy, I'd say. And so it kind of got me out of my comfort zone too. So now that I do that, I feel like I've progressed in my shyness because I'm like so used to talking to the people that I have on TikTok. So.
And I was going to ask that next because so many people are scared to do video. So
Sure.
Was that, I know you said you're shy, but is it easier to make like videos because no one's actually in front of you, so that didn't bother you?
It is. It is. And for a while, I would overanalyze every video and be like afraid to post them because I sound so silly. But I just got used to it kind of. And now I'll pretty much post anything. Maybe I'm a little too open sometimes because I'm just used to it. So yeah, I'm used to it now. So I'm not as afraid as I used to be.
I would agree with overanalyzing things. Absolutely. So when you said that, I'm like, yeah, I can relate. So, okay. Do you have any plans for what you would like your content to turn into business-wise?
I guess I do a little bit. I haven't made a ton on TikTok, and I guess that was one of my plans with starting is I really wanted to earn extra income but be able to stay home with my kids. And so I guess that was really what my first intent with it was. And I found that it is a little hard, especially when TikTok doesn't care as much about the followers that you have versus how much engagement you have. Okay. So I guess finding how you're going to keep the engagement. So, and I guess it's hard. There's a lot of Christian mothers on TikTok and there's a lot of just moms in general on TikTok. So I guess it's finding that niche to where people are attracted to watching you and they stay longer. So, yeah, I guess my business idea behind it was really just to be able to do social media more full time. That way I could stay home with my kids. And so, yeah.
Gotcha. So can you tell people what your content, sorry, you already said it, but can you just remind them what your content is about?
It's it's a little bit it's a little bit of everything. I try to really niche down, but it's hard because once I got started, I started seeing other areas that needed to be talked about. So I guess I really focus on mom life, encouraging messages. When I feel like God's given me something to share, then I usually will share that. And cleaning. So really just, I don't know if you've watched the cleaning videos on TikTok,
Oh,
but they're so fun. So yeah, it's a lot of cleaning, a lot of stuff about my faith, and then mom content. But I also do talk a little bit about mental health. I'm really open about my OCD on my TikTok too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't seen TikTok cleaning videos, but I have seen a lot of YouTube videos
Right.
and some Instagram stuff. So I don't know what it's like on TikTok, but I do know of cleaning videos for sure.
Right.
So question,
Yes.
do you allow your home to get more messy just to make a video?
Maybe sometimes. I will say though, it is when you're making the video, it definitely takes me so much longer to film a video while I'm cleaning than to just clean. Because when you're cleaning and you're filming, you have to get like the right angles, and so it takes so much longer. Like I just posted a video on TikTok right before we got on, cleaning my son's room, and what should have taken me maybe 10 minutes probably took me 30, because I was like moving the camera and I put something down the wrong way, like it wouldn't look right in the video. So I like went back, I was like, let me refilm that. So it definitely takes a little bit longer, and yeah, I definitely let my house get a little bit messier because then I have more content to post. So
Yep. Okay. So if you don't have an answer, that's totally okay.
okay.
Or if you had to think about like what you want your content to be as far as the impact that it has or how it helps families create new stories for their lives, what would that be?
I guess I really just I feel like we lack a lot of realness, and especially in mom life, like we see these perfect houses, and we see lifestyles that I feel like are really unattainable sometimes. And so I feel like to get on and show me in my 900 square foot apartment with my 2 kids cleaning my 7-year-old couch or my hand-me-down table, like I feel like that's encouraging, because another new mom is going to see that they don't have to live up to the standards of someone with a bigger home, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like a lot of it is not normalized. So, yeah.
Yes, that's good for sure. And that is one of the reasons why I even hesitated like doing content in my house because we bought our home and there's remodeling that we have done in some areas and
Right.
some we haven't. So depending on my camera angle, you're seeing the part that is not done. And
Right.
so sometimes I use my hair, like I'll tilt my head a certain way to block out something in the corner, or like I have to move the camera down. So I understand that of feeling like I don't have the picturesque background to try to make
For
content.
sure.
And I kid you not, sitting on my floor in front of a headboard from a bed that we made into a table and an old couch that my friend gave me that I still vacuum and clean it off like it's brand new, like sitting in front of that red couch on a headboard that we turned into a table, and the video got, I forget, like over 1,000 views.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy.
and for that might not be a lot to people, but having 10, that's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. No,
So,
I feel like we get so used to social media that we don't realize like 1,000 people, that's a lot of people. That's a lot. So like when I see a video only get like 3,000 views, I'm like, man, I really wish it got more. But like that's a lot of people
yes.
watching whatever it is that you're giving. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. did your upbringing influence the type of content that you're now creating? And if you don't have an answer, that's okay. Or did you just like this content, so you just wanted to make it?
I think more, I'm going to be totally transparent. I feel like when we see influencers on TikTok, or it's just really anywhere, we see how much money they make. And coming from a low income family, I thought that when I started TikTok, if I did really well, you know, got a couple of thousand followers, I would make a ton of money. And so at first, I really was just hoping to make a good amount of money to sustain my family, especially with my husband being military. That's when I started. I really just wanted to hopefully bring him home more. So I guess that's kind of what started it. Was I thought I had this idea that I was going to make a ton of money on it, and then I didn't. So I got discouraged a little bit. And I feel like social media, definitely, you can make as much money as you want to make, really. It's just all about brands, and that's like a whole different topic, kind of. That I could share that too if you want. But I really truly started, for one, to hopefully make money for my family, and two, just I really wanted to encourage moms, because sometimes motherhood can just be really lonely. So I wanted moms to have a space to come and just feel normal.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that, because that is a real thing.
For sure.
So that's why a number of people do start, because they're like, if I have to be home with the kids because daycare sucks up 7% of your check, then it's like, I got to figure out something. So yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So again, if you don't have like an exact formula, totally okay. But take us from you having the idea to want to start creating content to actually doing it. Like, what were some of the first steps that you took to start?
So I would say, I really just started. Pretty much. The apartment we were living in was, at the time when I started, was so beautiful, and we had like these huge windows, and so a bunch of light came in, and I have some videos from that on my TikTok. It's super far down, but I tried to create this space that was kind of appealing. So I started to kind of decorate a little bit in areas that I knew I was going to film, just to make the video, like, you know, more appealing, because people will watch if it's nicer. And then I realized that through that wasn't going to make people watch. What was going to make people watch was being authentic. And so I kind of strayed away from caring so much about what my space looked like, and just focused on what did God want me to talk about, and what did I want to talk about to moms. So I just kind of shifted from worried about what the house or the space looked like when I was creating content, and moved to being just more authentic. But when I first started, I'd say I started posting more like talking videos, because I was trying to get used to the idea of like talking to a camera. Yeah. So it was weird to me. And I was also afraid, like, I wouldn't let anyone that I knew follow me on TikTok. So if anyone found my TikTok, I was like, because I was just so afraid of it for whatever reason. And so, yeah, I just pretty much just started, and I just found what worked for me as I went. So, yeah.
Did you start with like a tripod, or were you stacking up boxes? Like, how did you start recording?
I refused to buy a tripod for the longest time, because I was like, I can do this without a tripod. Like, I don't need to spend $20 on a tripod. So yeah, I was stacking stuff. I was like propping stuff up on like my water bottle. Like, I even was gonna prop my phone up on my water bottle today while we were doing this, but I was like, I have a whole tripod. I don't need to do that. So yeah, I definitely started with a tripod. I started not knowing how to edit videos, like, at all. I just kind of taught myself, and I learned from other TikTok users as too. They would, like, if you type on in the search. You can just type like how-to videos. And so I just taught myself how to edit. And yeah, and I just found a style of video that I liked and that I saw worked. So yeah.
Now, I know for some people, like, and this happened for me, it was frustrating to feel like I'm not a tech person and I don't know all of this stuff and I have to learn this on my own. So you get frustrated and you don't do something. Did you
Right.
have that, or were you like, no, I want to do this, I'm going to learn, and it doesn't bother me at all?
At first, I definitely was like, I do not want to learn, because I wasn't interested in in editing the videos. I was interested in making the videos. So I didn't really want to edit the videos, but I knew that if I wanted to make them and post them, I had to edit them. So at first I would like try to shortcut my way. And if I film this way, then I don't have to edit as much. But then I just learned that the quality of the content isn't as good if you don't take the time to edit it. So as I started posting, I'm like, I have to learn to like to edit. And so I just set up time. I know it's going to take me, if I have one video, it's going to take me an hour to edit it probably, give or take. And so I just make sure I have that time set aside. It's not going to be great, but I do it, and I really don't mind it as much anymore, especially when you find a style of editing that you enjoy. It's not as bad. So
That's good. So I will just say that I really don't know a way to shortcut that. If you're watching this and you feel like, darn it, I thought she was going to give me like a secret or something.
mm-mm.
It's not. So there's definitely ways, as you continue to make content, you start to learn like little shortcuts and things like that. So it does speed up your process, but unless you're like hiring somebody to knock that stuff out, there is a part of the process that is just going to have to be you doing it, and it might not be as
Right.
fun, but the enjoyment you get from the end part can help you get through the part that's not as fun.
Well, and two, there's bigger like content creators that have like 1 million followers or something of a crazy number like that. They do have people that are editing their videos, but before they got to that point, they had to edit their own videos. So like you just got to build your way up, and I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. That's not really the goal, but maybe one day I won't have to edit my own videos. Maybe somebody will do it for me, but we'll see.
All right, last question, and then we have our rapid fire questions.
Okay.
If someone was interested in starting creating content, what would be your advice for 3 practical tips they can do? I feel like you kind of already answered that, so you can do this one if you would like. Or what is just some encouragement you would give them if they keep giving excuses and they have not started?
Okay, so I think the second question is good because I gave myself excuses. I'm too shy. I don't have anything to say. No one's going to be interested in me. Those were my excuses. And then I was like, I'm really holding myself back from doing something that I want to do because I'm afraid that somebody else is going to have an opinion. And always when you put anything on the internet, somebody's going to have something to say. I've gotten every mean comment I could probably think of. And so I would say just ignore that, because at the end of the day, whatever that person says doesn't really reflect you. It reflects them. And don't let other people hold you back from doing something that you want to do or that you feel like God wants you to do. Because I feel like content creation was kind of a way for God to get me out of my shell, because I was just so afraid to do certain things because I was so afraid of what other people thought of me. But when I posted whatever on TikTok, it kind of it exposed me to other people's opinions, and I just learned to just let it go because it doesn't really matter, and it was holding me back. So I think not letting people hold you back is another thing. And then I think another thing that people don't want to start is because they're afraid they're not going to get people to watch them, or they're not going to get the following that they want. But I think it doesn't matter how many people are following you. If you're looking for a number to obtain, it's just you're always gonna be seeking more. Because I remember when I got to 10,000 followers, I was like, oh great, now I'm ready to get to 20,000. Then when I got to 20, I'm like, oh, I can't wait till 30. And now that I'm at like 47, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I want to hit like 100,000 people. And like there's no reason to hit that number when you're impacting so many people just in that little number. That's a large number. But I think social media really dulls what that number is, because that's a lot of people. And so I feel like even if you have 5,000 followers, sure, you may not work with the brand you want to work with, but you're still impacting people that way. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Sorry, that was long.
No, that was good. Everything you said was good. I absolutely agree. Because the numbers, although they are important in certain ways, if you're not careful, that will have you doing stuff and being stressed and trying to plan and do things that it was never meant for you to do. Right. But you're focused on that. So no, I agree for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, rapid fire questions. Okay. Here we go.
I'm ready.
And if you don't have answers to some of these, that's okay.
Okay.
What is one book that has helped you in thinking about business or content creation?
Okay, I don't really read, to be honest. I only have time to read my Bible. I don't really have a ton. Yeah, I probably don't have an answer for that because I don't read very often.
That's okay. Look, that's the answer. What song are you playing on repeat right now?
Oh, I'm playing I Trust God by, I think it's Elevation Worship. I've been playing that on repeat for the last week.
What is a podcast that has helped you in thinking about business or content creation?
Oh, so I listen to a lot of podcasts. I really love the Unplanned podcast from Matt and Abby, and I also love What We Said podcast. They're not all specifically about content creation, but they are successful content creators. So they do give good advice sometimes.
Okay. When was the last time you burned something? Food, clothing, hair, anything?
I burned a pot of noodles yesterday onto my stove. Like the bottom of the pan, like burned to the bottom of my stove top.
What? Okay.
I'm not a good cook.
But how does the pot burn?
Well, I think so when I boiled the noodles, I like the starch from the noodles, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like got stuck to the bottom of the pan and burns. I'm not a great cook. I use my crock pot a lot.
Oh no! So were you able to get it off? Did you get out?
I scrubbed it off with, I don't even know what it's called, the Dawn Power Wash. I don't know if you use that, but I love that stuff.
Okay, good to know. Oh Lord, poor pot.
I know.
What is one platform or application that you use in content creation that helps you? So like a social media planning app or Canva or an email service or something like that?
So I use CapCut, and I use CapCut for like editing my videos, and I also use Dropbox, I think is it's called, and that's what I use to drop my content to like brands.
Okay. Is CapCut, I haven't used that yet. I've been considering it, but is that something that you feel like is faster? Do you have an iPhone?
I do. I have an iPhone.
Okay. Do you feel like that's faster than using iMovie, where you have to like slice and then add and all that stuff?
So I use the iPhone editing, and then I transfer all of the edited parts of the videos over to CapCut. And then I can speed it up and record like my audios and stuff like that onto CapCut. And then I bring it over to TikTok, and sometimes I do a little bit of editing over there too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one talent that you do not have but wish you did, and why?
I really wish I had the talent of public speaking. I've always been so bad about like speaking to like people in face to face. That's so hard for me, and I feel like that's why I like TikTok, because I can think out what I'm gonna say, and I don't have to be afraid if I mess it up. Because if I mess it up, I can click the delete button and re-record it, and nobody holds it against me. But yeah, I really wish I could public speak, but I can't. So.
It's so interesting hearing the different people that I've talked to, their answer, because everybody's is different.
Right.
But it just goes to show, like, everyone doesn't think like what you would think they would answer. So, yeah. Okay, and last question. Who is one content creator that is constantly dropping gems or advice that you have actually implemented in your in your content creation, and it worked or it was helpful?
Ooh. That's a hard one. Let me think. So I'll say for my Christian side of my content, I cannot remember her name. I think her name is Nadia, but she posts a lot of Christian content, and so I really follow her. Like, she is very set on making sure that you're not just posting like content to just post it, that you're posting it with purpose. And so that's really what I started to implement. I actually took a break from TikTok for a couple of months because I was kind of burnt out, and I just felt like if I wasn't giving people good advice, or like moms good advice, or I wasn't I did, like, if God wasn't giving me something productive to tell my audience, like, I just felt really discouraged. And so I just really followed her advice on making sure I'm posting with purpose, but it's okay to post for fun too. So I've kind of gone with that. And then I'd say I follow Matt and Abby a lot. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're a really sweet Christian couple, and they have like 4.2 million followers. And I feel like they've really taught me just how to be authentic, and not everything has to be perfect. So I guess that's kind of what I go for. And I do find that the more authentic I am, the more people actually want to watch, because they can relate. So when I was like trying to set everything up and make everything look pretty, like, I wasn't getting as many views as I was when I was talking about how, I had a really bad day with my kids and I'm sad and I don't know how to fix it. And, and moms were encouraging. And that was what I set out to do when I posted on TikTok, was just to make community. So, yeah.
That's good. All right. That is it. That is all the questions. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
When I was messaging her, I was asking her, do you have like a business or a product or anything that you would like to share? And she's like, I'm just doing this. And I'm like, but I love that, because I had our first guest was an author. The second one was a business launch strategist. And I appreciate having someone who is in there. She's being consistent. And that was one of the things that I wanted to have her come on to show, is like, even if you're not fully, she has a niche that she's going for, like, she's got that. But even if you feel like you're not fully sure what you want to do yet, but she's consistent in showing up, and she does have somewhere she's trying to go. And I wanted for anyone who's watching this to be able to see that and be encouraged to know, like, okay, if you kind of know what neighborhood you want to be in, you know the street, that's okay. Just go and just see what happens. And you said you have over 40,000. What was the number?
It's like 47. I don't even know. 47,000 on TikTok.
Just continuing to be consistent and to show up and to make content.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yours doesn't have to be content creation, but maybe you just want to start something locally in your community. Just keep showing up, learn, adjust, change whatever you need to, but keep showing up. And so I love that, and I'm so excited to see what she does and continues growing. So yes, thank you again for joining me.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
All right, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next interview. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Whitney.